All right, guys, welcome to our team call. It is February 15th already. It's kind of hard to believe that it's already February 15th. And our topic tonight is going to be all about Success Club and why it is so darn important and why it is such a big deal and why really as a coach, that should be our main priority in this business. And really we overthink things a lot. And I think we just needed to have a call where we literally just got back to basics and talked about the one thing in this business that's the true measure of moving forward and making sure that we are hitting benchmarks and helping people and changing people's lives, because that's what we're in. We're in the helping people business and the changing people's lives business. And that rises and falls with Success Club. So we're going to really drive that home tonight. But first, of course, a few announcements. So let me go ahead and get going here. Biggest announcement from our team calendar is right now our team call change, the time. So we will have our team calls on Monday nights now, every night at 6 and Monday night at 6, and with a new coach call before that, as long as coach training is going on. And I like this a lot better because it allows you guys to not feel like you're pulled in a million different directions with all these different team calls. Now you have one team call a week, and that is on Monday nights at 9. And if you ever have the desire to hear one of the other coach calls or one of the other team calls that are going on at this time, you can. I will always post the recording. And likewise, if I see that, Val or Melanie are doing an amazing team call topic, it's like, well, we need to be on that call. I can say, we're going to do that for our team call this week instead. So now that everything's on the same night, it's just a lot more succinct, a lot easier to follow and understand. So Monday nights are our team call nights from here on out. And hopefully it'll stay that way for a little bit. I think we'll have no problem with it. I may start it a little bit earlier, may kick that around starting at like 8:30 instead of at 9. I know for me, if I was on the East Coast, I'm falling asleep by 9:30. So to be on a team call starts at 9, I would have a hard time with that. So if you guys want to start it earlier, let me know and we can. We can start our new coach calls at 8 and we can do our team call at 8:30. If you guys want that, let me know. If you guys, you can even just chat it in our chat bar now if you want that. Because we can always change that time frame if it's just a little too late for you, or if 9 is a good time, just let me know. I'm open for either of my sitters here on Monday nights now, so I can do either time. It's not an issue at all. I want it to be, I would love it to be a little bit earlier. Okay, yeah, then let's make that set. Then, you're good with 9, because you have kiddos in bed and you're on Central Time. I know that. What if we met in the middle and we did 8:45 for our team call start time instead of 9 o'clock? That way we can meet in the middle, 8:45 p.m., give everybody a little bit more wiggle room and a little bit more leeway there. Oh, very true, Heather, very true. So we'll see. We'll do 8:45 and have some wiggle room for that. All right, so let's keep right on rolling. Another big thing, guys, next Tuesday night is our live event for What is Coaching, and I kind of want to make that a little earlier too. I know we said 9 p.m. I think I want to start that at 8:30 because it was so great and so much fun last time, but we were up late. And I think a lot of people I know Haley's like, yeah, we were up late for that. She's like, I wanted all the information, but we were up late. I think I want to start that at 8:30 too, because then by the time we get through the live event and all of our videos, and we do the live webinar, I don't want it to be pushing like almost midnight, 11 o'clock for people. So if we can just bump that back a half hour, I think we'll be a lot better off. So I'll change the time on our calendar and get that updated ASAP to have that start at 8:30. Okay, and I'm pretty sure my sitter can come that night. I'm going to double check with her tonight before she leaves. We will plan on that date though for right now. Okay, that's the biggest thing right now is February 23rd is our coaching event. So if you have not already, reached out to your challengers, if you've not already started posting about the business opportunity on your page, do so. It takes people like 7 to 10 times to see something before they're like, oh yeah, I'll give that a try. So, I'll go check that out. So don't hesitate to share that on your personal page as well with our What is Coaching event coming up on the 23rd. Our promotions, you guys know what they are: 21-day fix and size, 3-day refresh. These are great promotions this month, guys. Absolutely, really, really good. So make sure you're reaching out to people and you're sharing. If you got a price objection about size or the 21-day fix, it's the perfect month to reach back out to them because it is on sale this month. If you have somebody who already has the 21-day fix and they're like, but I really want to try Shakeology, the 3-day refresh is a great option because it gives them that supply of Shakeology and they get a 3-day cleanse and they can use that. So, and also don't forget, guys, it's Team Cup month, and make sure you're keeping track of your points if you want to do our team-wide Team Cup in our, if you click on the cover photo in our team page, you can go right to the Google Doc and you'll be able to track your own points there for all of your different tier prizes. If you're on a cup team, those cup team emails go out every Friday, I believe, with an update to your points list for your total. And remember, in order to get any of the prizes, you have to hit Success Club. Even if your team ends up getting 50, 75 points, if you only had 4 Success Club points, you don't get the prize. You have to hit Success Club to qualify for any of those prizes. So that's just something to keep in mind. It just kind of fits with our theme tonight, that everything rises and falls with Success Club. So it's a great month to push. And it might be a month where you're like, I'm doing 5 invites a day, but I need to up it to 10 or 15 to really hit those goals and where you want to go for your team, because who doesn't want great incentives and great prizes? I know I do. I live for that kind of stuff. I love free stuff. It's crazy. It's a little ridiculous. I know when we were at Summit, Lindsay can attest to this, they were giving away this free stuff outside of the big shop. They call it the core. It's the big area you go and buy all your Beachbody swag, your shirts and water bottles and everything. They were giving away these agility ladders from Insanity, and these stretch bands that just say Team Beachbody on them. And people were going insane. I'm talking walking out with boxes of agility ladders. What are you doing with 75 agility ladders? It was a little obscene how these people were reacting to free things. But no, I like to work for things. I love having an incentive to work toward. So that's why every month we always have incentives going on our team. And I think it's a really big part. And it definitely motivates me as far as reaching toward something to get something in return. So make sure you're working towards some things this month. And we have some great prizes in line for you. Yeah, Lindsay, I know. We were like, Lindsay, you're the only person who drove here. Here you go. Have all of our agility ladders. That was really funny, actually. All right, guys, great job to those people who are rocking our leaderboard already with Success Club this month. Jillian Clark, you're rocking it out at Success Club 16. Callie at 10. Pam, is it Sheree? I don't know how to say your name, and I need to know how to say your name. Lindsay, Jerry, Gina, you guys are all at Success Club. You guys are doing great. And we have, a double the size list, if not triple the size list of people who have points on the board who are really working hard this month to make it happen. And if you've done it once, guys, you can do it 2 more times and 3 more times. It's just a matter of talking to people and really driving home the value of our products. And we know this works. So it's just a matter of helping people realize that too and make sure that they're coming toward it as well. I know that, I have a group starting with our new coaches next Monday on the 22nd. If you need to start a group and run one because you're like, I'm going to have challengers, start one. Start one right at the beginning of March. You set the date that you want to make your challenge group. Team up with another coach and make a challenge group. If you're a new coach in coach training, you have a group starting on the 22nd. So that's what you need to be inviting to with all of your invites and challenge groups. It's much easier to send an invite to somebody when you say, I have a group starting on this date, not just some mysterious challenge group that's going to always be going on. Make sure you have a deadline. It gives them a sense of urgency to reply back to you if they are interested. So that's my word of advice. And, you guys are doing great, and let's keep pushing. We're halfway through the month, and there's still plenty of time to get those Success Club points on the board and to really push and make things happen this month for sure. Sheree. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I didn't have a lot of announcements tonight because I really wanted to spend a lot of time on our topic for tonight, and it's all about Success Club. And whenever I went to the New Leader Conference in January, this was the never-ending theme, that after every speaker, it was like, okay, what were your key takeaways from the speaker? And one of them was always Success Club. and it's important, and why it's important, and why it is so important to hit it every single month, and how it affects everything, and how it gives yourself reassurance that you're doing things correctly. It was the common theme through every presentation that we had, whether it was from a corporate leader, whether it was from a top coach, whether it was somebody who I found on YouTube, a coach I've never heard of. Guess what they're talking about? Success Club. Every single thing. So we're just going to be going through a couple things in this presentation. And I want to first talk about, why Success Club. And then I kind of want to break it down, like the steps to get to Success Club. Like, what are the steps that you need to take to get there? And how do we do it? And why is it so important to make it happen every single month? So why Success Club? Success Club can be sort of like this really great thing. When you hit it, you're like, oh, I've hit Success Club. This is wonderful. Or it can be a big stressor, right? Sometimes people think about Success Club as a stressful thing. And I'm guilty. I've done it. We get to the 28th of the month or the 24th of the month, and you're like, I'm at Success Club too. Like, how am I going to pull this off by the end of the month? And we've all had that point in our business where we're like, I don't know if this is going to happen this month. And then you make it happen. You push really hard and you get it. And then the first of the month happens and you're like, well, I'm back at zero. This is great. I want you to change your mindset. And I want you to stop thinking of it as something that needs to happen and something that you can make happen by the way your mindset is and the way that you're thinking about it. All right. So first of all, why Success Club? We're so blessed in Beachbody because there are so many entrepreneurs that start a business because we're business builders, right? We're the CEOs of our own business as a Beachbody coach. We're not an employee of Beachbody. Beachbody is not our thing. That's Carl Deichler's thing. That's John Congdon's thing. They came up with Beachbody. We are our own entity. Okay, we're not their employees. We are our own employees. We are our own bosses. We're building our own business. While we may utilize the products and the resources that they have, how we decide to present them and how we decide to run our business is solely on our terms, right? We're not, Beachbody. I'm Allie, and I want somebody to work with me and happen to use Beachbody products because I know that they work. I don't want somebody to all of a sudden be like, well, I'm working with Beachbody now. No, I'm working with Allie, who's a Beachbody coach. We're really blessed as an entrepreneur in this business because we have this to measure our growth, right? Success Club. So many entrepreneurs start a business and they have nothing to base it off of. They have nothing to measure how they're doing, right? Obviously you can crunch numbers and you can see how you're improving and everything. But this is the one thing in our business that answers that question. Is this working? Am I doing this right? It's like, yeah, you're hitting Success Club. If you're hitting Success Club, you're doing it right. If you're putting Success Club points on the board, you're doing it right. You're doing this business correctly. So what does Success Club do? Why is it so important? It shows us how we're growing, but it also, guys, it puts a constant pipeline for customers and coaches into your organization, right? If you are hitting Success Club, that means you are bringing customers into your customer base, and happy customers are happy challengers who turn into happy people who give you referrals, who turn into fantastic coaches on your team. All right. If you're hitting Success Club every single month, that means you're bringing in people, fresh blood to your customer base every month. If you're hitting Success Club 10 every month, Success Club 6, you're getting those free leads that come in from Beachbody that are adding to your customer base over and over again. All right. If you are hitting Success Club every month, that means you're consistently introducing the products to people. I hear so many times coaches talk about, well, people can go buy 21 Day Fix on Amazon and they can get Amazon Prime 2-day shipping. Great. I'm an Amazon Prime member. I totally scoped out 21 Day Fix on Amazon before I bought through my coach. Absolutely. But guess what wasn't in it for me to buy on Amazon? The challenge group, the support, the coach, because that's what I needed to be successful. I didn't care about 2-day shipping or saving $3. I cared about having that emphasis put on having somebody to help me through it. And the reason Beachbody puts things on Amazon, the reason they do infomercials is because it's consistently introducing the products to people. That's helping us, guys. It's making those products known to people so that when we reach out to them and say, hey, have you heard of any Beachbody products or do you own any? They may say, yeah, I watched the infomercial online for T25 and it looked like a really great program. They have a base of knowledge then and something to look at. They may have a reason to then be like, oh, I didn't even know there was a coaching opportunity involved. Tell me more about that. Okay. So Amazon infomercials, they're not a bad thing because they're introducing the products to people, right? They're introducing the things that they can do to people. How many times did you get sucked in and watch a P90X infomercial at like 2:00 in the morning through college? Whew, I did. I don't know why, but they would always be on, and I'd be like sucked in watching them to the point where my husband, like when we were first married, was like, we have this. Like, why are we watching this infomercial again? Like, turn the channel, please. So they introduce the products to people, okay? And they're not a bad thing to have those different types of things that people are viewing. It's not a bad thing. Remember, you get the best thing to them, and that's you as a coach. So if you're hitting Success Club, that means you're consistently introducing the products to new people. Even if they're telling you no, you've introduced the product to them. You've introduced what you can do for them as a coach. All right. Benchmarks are benchmark for Success Club. It's results driven. You're getting results, right? If you're hitting Success Club, your results are coming in your business. And that's so crucial to your success, right? All right. And rewards. Who doesn't like to be rewarded for hitting a goal in your business? Who doesn't like to go on trips and get recognition and get results? It's fantastic. All right. To hear your name shouted out on a leaderboard, on a team call, on the National Wake Up Call, it's a great, great thing. Okay. So rewards are there. It's a chance to share your business, right? I hear a lot of new coaches that come right in. You're like, Allie, you're telling me to share this business opportunity because we have this live event coming up and I have no idea how to do that. Like, I'm not a successful coach. Like, I'm brand new. You are successful. You hit Success Club. That's a big deal. That's something. You changed the lives of 3 people. You talked to people today and you've impacted them. All right. I guarantee that even if you haven't sold a challenge pack yet, even if you have no Success Club points on the board, you've talked to somebody and I guarantee they've said, but keep up the great work. You're doing awesome. I love your positivity on Facebook. I love whenever your stuff pops up in my newsfeed. Guys, that is worth sharing. You're influencing people's lives. You're impacting them. That's a great way to share this business. Think about what it has done for you. That's how you can share this business, okay? Also, if you're hitting Success Club every single month, you're moving your business forward financially. If you're hitting Success Club every month, that tells me as your coach that you're paying for your Shakeology every single month and that you're in the black. That means you are making money in this business. So for me personally, that's a big driving force for me because I don't want this business to be something where it's like putting a whole bunch of money into and getting nothing in return. As long as I'm breaking even, I'm okay. And if I make more on top of that, that's awesome. When I was a brand new coach, my goal was to hit Success Club every single month to help 3 people and to cover my Shakeology. That was it. And if I hit over that, it was like, yippee skippy, that's awesome. But my goal was to make sure I covered my Shakeology every single month. That's moving your business forward financially, right? And who doesn't want to move their business forward financially? Every single person does. And hitting Success Club makes that happen. So how do we do it? How do we get to Success Club? How do we make it happen every single month? Over and over and over again. Guys, I've been a coach for almost 2 years. I have hit Success Club every single month. Was I a coach who thought the market was saturated and thought I would never find people? Yes. Do I still think that sometimes? Absolutely. All right, but I make it happen every single month. And there's a way to do it every single month, okay? I work from lists. If you were on the new coach call, you kind of heard my system a little bit, but I work from a list. I write things down. I make connections with people. I start new conversations every single day. It is not hard to send somebody a message and just ask them how their day is going, or tell them that you love their positivity, that their daughter is so cute, and where did you get her outfits? I'm constantly looking for new outfits for my daughter. Okay? Work from lists. Talk with people. Be consistent with it. That's what the biggest thing is. When you reach out to somebody, remember to reach back out to them again. Continue that conversation over and over and over again. I want you to switch your mentality. Don't think that as soon as you invite somebody, they're going to say yes, because they're not going to. That first invite is almost always a no, okay? For me personally, it takes me a couple weeks sometime to talk to one person for them to really commit to it and say yes. Sometimes it takes months. Sometimes it takes some constant following up and just being a presence in their life and adding value to their life for them to say, yeah, I'm ready to do this now. So to make the mental switch that as soon as you reach out to somebody, they're going to say yes, because they're not. So, they're probably going to say no. And that's your job then, is to follow up with them and to make sure that you are listening to them and you're being interested in their life, and you're not trying to sound interesting as you're talking to them. That's really huge. When you talk with somebody, be interested in what they're doing, what's going on in their life. Take 2 seconds and scroll on their Facebook page and see what they are up to. All right. If you want to start a genuine conversation with somebody, be interested in their life. Okay, don't try to dazzle them with interesting facts or interesting figures or anything like that. Just be interested in what they're doing. Make them feel appreciated. All right. Like I said, work from list, doing 5 to 10 invites, 3 different types per day. So for me, those 3 different types are reconnecting, inviting, and follow-ups. And the beauty happens in the follow-ups, guys, let me tell you. Now, you could send just a blanket cold invite to somebody and say, hey, I have a great challenge group opportunity coming up. Are you interested? Nobody kind of knows what a challenge group is sometimes, and they're scared, and sometimes they don't want to respond back to you, all right? I didn't know what a challenge group was whenever I was watching my coach, and I knew she was doing something, but I still had no idea what a challenge group was until she explained it to me. So for me personally, I like to message somebody and say, get that conversation going. Great thing to do. If you have mutual friends with them, you can usually tell how you have mutual friends. Or maybe it's somebody from high school. Hey girl, I haven't seen you in years. It's so crazy that we graduated high school 10 years ago. I can't even believe it. When did we get old? All right. What are you up to now? It's been so long since high school. Get that conversation going. And I guarantee they're going to say what they're doing. And then they're going to ask you, what are you up to now? Guys, that's a perfect segue to say, well, actually, I have 2 kids now, I'm married, and I run these great online fitness groups all the time through Facebook, and they've been a really big blessing in my life. And then you just get the conversation going, and you effortlessly weave it into the conversation. You have to find some type of connection or some commonality that you have with somebody, and it makes it very easy then to segue into that conversation. Okay, you can send out that cold invite. You certainly can, to get that conversation going. You can also make that reconnection. If you know that person or you know them from the past, I really encourage you to do the reconnection first. You can definitely change it into an invite throughout the conversation, but just send that message and say like, hey, it's been so long since we've seen each other. I see your kids are beautiful. What are you up to now? Something as simple as that really eases that conversation back into it. You can also send a reconnect to somebody that you've never met before. I do this all the time. I send people, we add those people into our friends list, consistently. You can send to people and you can say, we have a lot of mutual friends from, the school that I worked at in Tennessee. I used to work there. I work there from this date to this date. What grade do you teach now? Get the conversation going. Tell them how you have a connection with them and how you are relating to them, and you're just interested in what they're doing. You want to start a conversation. You also have to make sure that you follow up with people, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And make sure that you're being consistent, because remember, they're probably going to say no at first. And it's going to take you showing them that you're not going to give up and that you're not going anywhere, and that what you do is actually there for you to get credibility for people to come join you in the follow-up. The beauty is in the follow-up. The magic happens in the follow-up, guys. Trust me, my best months in this business have come off of months where I spent the entire month before reconnecting and building relationships. Last July, I hit Success Club 20. And I remember it because my husband charts my business growth for me whenever he has time. Actually, it's usually only whenever he's home on leave and he's really bored. He's like, let me pull up some numbers for your business. So Christmas break, by like day 12, he was bored and he was ready to pull up some numbers for the business. He said, what happened in July? Because your business exploded in July. What happened? And I said, well, one thing, Summit happened. And I was posting a lot about Summit and people were following the journey. I said, but I spent the 2 months prior really focusing on building relationships, connecting with people, and being present in their life. And then whenever that effortless introduction to a challenge group happened, people were like, yeah, I want to do that. That sounds like fun. Now, it also helps that July was the dead of summer and people wanted to get ready for their cruises and vacations happening in August. But it always happens that whenever I have a slow time and then I take time to build relationships and connect with people, it affects me a month later and I have a really, really great month. Okay? So even if it's slow for you right now, show up every day, be consistent, and invite people, connect with them, and hold conversations, because it's going to come back tenfold and repay full circle for you the next month or even the next month after. Your step 2, you need to reinforce step 1 with consistency. So you're sending out these invites. You're sending out these connections to people. You're inviting people to come join your challenge group. You're saying, hey, come join me. And maybe you even get through an entire conversation with them and they say, you know what, I can't do that program right now because we don't have the money. Or you know what, I don't think it's going to work. I really don't want to give up my junk food. They're going to give you some type of objection, right? So this is where you need to back it up with your consistency on your wall to show them, one, that you're not going to quit and that you're living this lifestyle and it's doable for them. So you have to post 3 to 5 times per day on your social media. Whatever platform you have decided to do, you need to post 3 to 5 times consistently. That doesn't mean post 3 times, once at 8, once at 9, and once at 10. That means consistently throughout the day. All right. Think of your busy times on Facebook. Post on your social media consistently, because that's going to reinforce your invite, right? Oh, so she was talking about the 21-day fix, and I really didn't think I was going to be able to eat that much, but this food that she just posted, that looks really good. And I don't think I'm going to starve if I do this. All right. Whenever you post, you need to answer the questions that your challenger or a coach would have before asking them, right? Think about the questions and concerns that you had whenever starting this. Okay, for me, it was, I don't want to only eat veggies all day long. I remember getting my containers in the mail and being like, no wonder people lose weight. These things are tiny. And then, whenever you actually measure out your food and your portions, you're like, I'm eating a lot more than I was before. So answer those questions in your posts. Answer the questions that you had as a challenger or that a future coach would have before they even ask. So that way, whenever you do send that invite, it makes your job easier, guys, because you've already answered their questions on your wall publicly for them to see before they even ask you the questions, right? I don't have time to work out. No, I don't have time either, but I make it happen every single day. Harrison, I'm praying, goes to sleep for 40 minutes tonight so I can get into Total Body Hammer. I hope he does. If not, I'm going to do it at 10 whenever he goes down. So you make time for it and talk about that in your posts. Overcome those objections publicly for people to see. I remember I overcame the objection in one of my posts, exactly what I shared you with, how I thought those containers were so tiny and how they would never help me lose weight and I would starve myself. And I talked about how, they changed my life and they actually taught me how, much food I actually was eating. And this is what I eat every single day. Think about those objections that you get and write a list down of every objection that you get. If it's cost of Shakeology, share with somebody, oh my gosh, for $4 for a whole meal, this is awesome. Because I used to go through the drive-thru at McDonald's and spend like $6 easily, and it was crap, and I was hungry 2 hours later. Share that, speak to that. Now, don't say like, oh, this is an objection I got in my business. Weave it into your life, because you need to show people that you're walking proof that those objections don't exist. And if you're sharing your life effectively, and you're sharing how you use these products effectively, you're going to overcome those objections with no problem in your wall, okay? So make it easier for you. Talk about those objections publicly, the misconceptions publicly. It makes so much more sense to do that. Maybe people think they don't have enough room to work out in their home. Tell them, I posted a picture of my living room and was like, I moved this coffee table out of the way and it's my home gym. I don't have a big living room, but it works for me to get my workouts in. Maybe they're concerned that they don't have the correct equipment. Assure them that there's not a lot of equipment required, or that you don't need a yoga mat to do this or this, that, or the other thing. Talk about those objections that you get publicly. And it's going to make your job so much easier. They need to see that it's not just you trying to sell them a product and a personal message, that, oh, she actually does do this in real life. It's not just her telling me what I want to hear to sell a product. Okay? That's really, really key, and that's really, really important. Another thing is to cross post. So many of us have, 1 to 2 social media platforms. And I really, really suggest, for me, I use Facebook as my main one. I don't think I'll ever stray from it. I will use my personal page and my business page. Right now I'm working on building my business page, my like page. And I cross post. Don't think that you have to reinvent the wheel for every new social media platform that you add, because you don't. Instagram, Facebook, your like page, you can recycle the same content over and over and over again. Whatever I post on my Facebook page gets posted on my like page. And don't feel like you have to make double the work for yourself. Cross post. If you had a great post on your personal page, get lots and lots of traffic, post it on Instagram. Post it on your business page and see how it does. A year, if you've been a coach for a couple months, go back to the beginning and say, I had a great post right at the beginning of my business that didn't get a lot of traffic. Post it now that you've built up credibility, and see what the traffic is like that you get on it. That would be awesome to see, that now that you have a following and some credibility, to see how much more engagement you get and how much more seriously you're taken, right? So my biggest thing for this is you have to reinforce those invites, those messages, those connections with consistency on your wall. You have to show people that you are a product of the product, and that you're living this life every single day, and that it's doable for them too, and you're going to show them how. Now, follow-up is key. This is where the beauty happens. I promise, I promise, I promise. You need to make a list for your follow-ups. Make a list and stick to it. For every single no that you get, every single cricket that you get, they go on a follow-up list. I'm looking at several people on this team call right now that gave me no's initially. All right. Chelsea Cheney's smiling because I reached out to her before, and she ended up signing up with Lisa, which is totally fine, because I'm just glad that she got into it, because I knew she would love it. Okay. So lots of people tell you no, and they're going to tell you no, and that's okay. You just have to reach back out to them, and that happens as well. The next thing you have to do, ask permission. Hey, I totally get that now's not a great time. Can I follow up with you next month and keep you informed about when my groups are happening? I know this is going to be awesome for you. So ask permission to follow up with them. I think I've had one person in 2 years tell me, please don't put me on your follow-up list. And I didn't. And that's okay. But that's one out of, thousands of people that I've invited, hundreds of people that I've invited. So don't be afraid to ask permission and to ask people when a better time would be. Okay. They're going to either say no, or they're going to say, sure, put me on your follow-up list. That's no problem. Then you need to follow up several times, guys. I'm talking like 2, 3, 4, 5 times. All right. It takes people that long. For me, I always give the example. Okay. One of my good friends here in Washington, she's a Jamberry representative, and I buy my Jamberry wraps through her. Now, I probably only use them once a year because, I don't have time to do my nails. I've never been a nail person at all. But she followed up with me literally like 10 times to host a little Facebook group for her that I said that I would. And she followed up with me like 10 times because I literally kept forgetting about it, because it wasn't high on my priority list. It was very high on her priority list, right? Because it's her business. She's trying to build it. For me, it was not high on my priority list at all. It was one more thing that I had to do. And I felt really bad that she had to keep messaging me. I was like, I'm so sorry, Heather, that you have to keep messaging me about this. I promise I'll get this done for you, or I'll get a date back to you for when this works. I was never once annoyed by it. Never once. Okay. Remember, when you follow up with somebody, when you invite somebody to this is not high on their priority list usually. Okay. And when you send them a follow-up or a reminder, very rarely do people take offense to it. Very, very rarely. And if they do, then bless and release and just move on. And just follow up with people lots and lots and lots of times. And then add value in between that first message and the follow-up. Okay, so like I have several pregnant women who I'm talking to right now because, that's the stage of life that I'm at. I'm postpartum. We started the connections whenever I was pregnant, and they are pregnant right now. So I keep messaging them and I'm saying, you're looking so cute in your baby bump pictures, or have you started your registry yet? What kind of stuff are you putting on there? Add value in between that first message and the follow-up. So yeah, they're probably going to come around and join a challenge group with me eventually. But right now, we're just having a great time talking about babies and talking about this new venture in their life. okay? Or talking about how crazy it is when you're pregnant with kids or when you have kids in your life, okay? So add value in between that first message and the follow-up. That's really, really key, because you never want somebody to think that you're just in this for a sale. Guys, we never want that feeling. We've been messaged by other direct marketing companies. I guarantee it, you have. And they've automatically pushed a product on you, and you're like, go, whoa, you get icky, and you're like, you want to run away as fast as you can, right? You never want to make somebody feel like that, because we've all felt like that before, and it is not fun to feel like that. So add value. Go to BuzzFeed. If you see an article and you think of somebody, send it to them. All right. I have this one girl that I'm talking with who loves Friends, the TV show, because I love Friends. Like, that's what I watch every single night. So anytime I find a Friends meme, I send it to her because I know she's going to get it. Okay. And we're just going to laugh and we're going to have fun. It's not about that sale. Really and truly, for me, it's about having great conversations with people. Okay. So confidence is what locks it in, guys. Okay. Think about if I were to invite, because I'm looking at many people on this call who I've invited before, or we've had conversations. You guys were all just prospects, right? People who I was like, they need this opportunity in their life. Think about if I would have invited you and said, hey, so I'm really sorry to bother you, but I just started Beachbody coaching, and I'm pretty new at it, but I'm trying to get the hang of it. And I think this would be really good for you, but if you don't want to, that's okay. But would you want more information to learn about how you might be able to have some great success with this program? No, thank you, because you don't even have enough confidence in yourself to talk to me. All right. As opposed to sending you a message and being like, hey girl, you're looking so good. I'm really proud of you for really, dialing in your nutrition. I've been noticing these great recipes that you're posting on your wall. As a Beachbody coach, I run these great fitness groups. Can I give you some more information about it? I think it would be a great stepping stone for you with your great healthy lifestyle. Doesn't that sound so much better than somebody who's hem-hawing and wishy-washy and not sure what to do about it? Okay, so talk to people with confidence. Guys, that comes through in your message. Eliminate the word just from your vocabulary. I just wanted to make sure this was okay. I was just checking in on you. That sounds apologetic, and it sounds like you're lacking confidence. So eliminate that word from your vocabulary. All right, remember people over points. Guys, you're talking to people. They are people with families, with kids, with problems, with feelings. They are not points to put on the board. They are people, okay? And if you talk to them like people, they are going to turn into those Success Club points for you. And I guarantee that if you look at it as the number of people to help every single month, as opposed to the number of points that you're going to get, those conversations will be so much more effortless and so much less strained as you talk to somebody. All right. And never leave a conversation on a bad note. Okay. If somebody says no, say, hey, that's totally fine. I totally understand it. If you ever change your mind, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I truly love what I do, and I love helping people. All right. Never leave a conversation on a bad note. And this is what it really boils down to. Consistency is key. Guys, I hate to say it, but people want to see you fail. They want to see you fail. How many other Beachbody coaches are on your timeline? How many other Beachbody coaches are trying to do what we do? There are lots, and people want to see you fail, and don't let them see you fail. Be consistent. Watch what you're doing and make sure you're showing up in their page every single day and in their feed, and you are consistent. Because if you don't give up on yourself, if you don't give up on your goals that you make public on your wall, you're telling people that you won't give up on them. Okay, so the consistency is really, really what it boils down to. And maybe you're a brand new coach and you're like, but Allie, I'm not sure about this stuff yet. That's okay. It is okay when you talk to somebody and you're like, that's a great question, and I want to double check the answer for you before I get back to that. And that's okay to say that. I would much rather somebody say to me, I'm not sure about that, but I'm going to find out. Give me a few minutes to go find that answer and go find the correct answer to me than just kind of give me like a BS fluff answer. I would hate that. So don't be a leaner. Don't lean on us. Be a leader right away, okay? It's really, really key, and you're all capable of doing it. And that confidence is what locks it in. That personal development is so, so crucial, guys. So, so crucial. It's going to fill your sales. It's going to make you feel more confident. It is going to put purpose behind what you're doing, and it's going to make it so much easier to send the invite, so much easier to talk to people. Before you do your invites, if it's something you really struggle with, to talk to new people, do your personal development right beforehand. Okay, get your workout in, do your personal development, and then sit down to message people. Your endorphins are going to be going, and you're going to feel so much better about yourself after getting that personal development in and inviting people. Every night after a team call, I always have my best conversations with people because I'm sitting here talking to you guys about what I love. And whenever I feel that, I have my best conversations with people because it comes out in my conversations. Okay, so don't limit yourself, and have confidence when you talk to somebody, and answer those objections with confidence. Okay, I was the same way. I thought Shaco was expensive too, but then I found out that it's really only $4 a day, and it's like buying breakfast for the whole month up front as opposed to every single day buying breakfast. Answer those objections with confidence. Be relatable. Tell your story often and over and over and over again. Okay, so here's your call to action. I want you to ask yourself, am I consistently adding value on my timeline and in my conversations on my Facebook page? Am I adding value to people's lives? Am I posting like or being the type of challenger or coach that I want to be, that I want people to be and come join me? So am I posting confidently? Am I posting regularly? Am I showing up every day? Am I being the type of coach or challenger that I want to attract onto my team? Am I identifying weaknesses and working on them? That's really key, guys. Do you have self-reflection? Are you able to say, I suck at inviting. Like, I need better go to YouTube, and I better YouTube Beachbody Coach inviting and learn the ins and out of inviting. Okay. If you don't know the answer, or you have a weakness that you need to work on, you can talk to your upline, but go research it yourself. YouTube and Google are great resources for Beachbody stuff. If you type in anything, following up, Beachbody, there's going to be some video from some top coach or some coach in the organization that is going to speak to you and help you with that problem. I guarantee it. That's the wonderful thing about our business. We all share. We help each other. And so many times in the corporate world, it's if this person gets promotion, I don't get the promotion. If this person moves up, I can't move up. Where in this business, we all want to help, right? Because everybody, the sky's the limit, and you guys are all capable of going to anywhere you want to go. We all help each other because there's no limit. Your success doesn't stifle mine. Okay? Does that make sense? So, identify your weakness and work on them. And then, am I hitting Success Club every single month? Am I making it non-negotiable? All right? If it is a non-negotiable thing in your business is going to move forward. You will be successful. There's no coincidence that it's called Success Club, because the people in the club are successful. Okay, if you are hitting Success Club, am I making it easy for my team to do so too? Am I making sure that I am giving them constructive criticism and feedback and follow-ups, and making sure that if I find a great video on YouTube where it's like, guys, I was really struggling on organization, and I found this great video that talked about how to organize your power hour, and I wanted to share it with you. Or, I found this great way to word this objection that I got, and I wanted to share it with you because it really worked for me in a message. Okay, that's what I mean. Are you helping your team do so too? I don't necessarily mean your team of coaches, your downline. Guys, our whole team. If you find something of value, are you helping the team with it too? Share it with us. We all want to be successful, all right? So that's what I have for you guys tonight. I saw a couple of things pop up in the messages here. Let me see. Oh, absolutely. Heather, I am the same way. If I am cranky or if I'm in a bad mood, I do not start conversations with people. It is a bad news bears if I do that. So I cannot start a conversation with somebody if I am cranky or if the kids are driving me crazy, because it's going to come through in my messages. I guarantee it. Do you guys have any questions for me about anything? Any questions at all? All right. So your call to action, of course, are those questions, of course, but hit Success Club, guys. It rises and falls with Success Club. If you hit Success Club over and over and over again in this business, you're going to be successful. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. And the more you talk to people, the easier it is. And the more you invite, the easier it is. It's like anything. All right. Think about like in high school, whenever you had to do like a public speaking class or something. You know, I love public speaking. I thrive off of it. I have no problem getting up and talking in front of people. But, you know, for some people, they have a really hard time with it. But what do you do whenever you are bad at something? You do it more and you practice and you get better and you get better and better and better at it. Okay. It makes it easier over the end. You may, you know, sweat like crazy, and you may to this day, like when I public speak, I love it, but I get really bad pit stains. Like I can't wear gray whenever I public speak because it's really embarrassing. Okay. But, you know, you get better at it and it eases you a little bit more. So if you have trouble inviting, invite more. If you're having trouble making connections with people, research how to make connections and make more connections with people. You're going to screw up and you're going to make mistakes, and know that going into it. Not every conversation is going to be perfect, and not every conversation is going to turn into a challenge pack sale, but every conversation has potential to change your life and to change that person's life, and always go into it with that mindset. Okay. Do you guys have any questions for me? All right, I feel like I just talked to you guys for 40 minutes. I have like dry mouth majorly. All right, well, if you guys don't have any questions, I am going to let you go. And I will, you know, be in our team page sporadically through the week. And I have my business hours tonight, they're ending in about 30 minutes, tomorrow and Wednesday. So if you guys need me, I'm more quick to respond Monday through Wednesday because those are my business hours. Monday nights, Tuesday mornings, and Wednesday like afternoons, those are my business hours. And I'm kind of, that's what I'm limited to right now because Matt's in the field. So weekends are really hard for me because I'm single mom in it right now. So if you guys need me, you can always message me. Just know that my response time will be very delayed, you know, Thursday through Sunday. So if you need something instantly, team page is the way to go. Okay. All right. So I will talk to you guys later. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. All right. We'll talk to you later. Have a great rest of your evening.